All right, guys, let me just pull up my document camera screen here so that you all can see me. Hey, getting ready to start here. All right, wasn't quite ready. All right, guys, new math lesson today, and this is going to be the start of something that you're going to hear a lot about this year, and it's something called powers of 10. All right, so remember that term, powers of 10. And I actually did a little intro lesson with my hybrid kids yesterday, and they thought this was super, super easy. So I've got an essential question for you guys. It says, how can you use an exponent? That's a key term, too, that you're going to need to remember this year. Exponent to show powers of 10. So let me show you how easy this is. First of all, let's think about the number 1, all right, a 1's cube. So it's worth 1, all right? So it is 10, just trust me on this, it can be represented as 10 times 10 times nothing equals 1, all right? There's nothing you can multiply by 10 to get 1. So that means that's 10 to the 0 power, all right? Because the only way to get 1 is just 1 times 1, okay? So remember that, 10 to the 0 power. This little guy is your exponent. So the exponent's 0 for this one to get the number 1, all right? So now let's think about the number 10, all right? To get 10, you need to multiply 10 times 1, all right? Just 1 power of 10. So that can be represented as 10 to the first power, meaning you're just multiplying 10 one time, okay? So 10 to the first power equals 10, and that can be represented with a tens rod, okay? This was worth 10. All right, now let's move to the 100 flat, or the number 100. So what do you multiply by 10 to get 100? Think about it for a second. 10 times 10, right? So 2 tens. So you can guess what the exponent would be for this one. It would be 10 to the second power. Pretty easy, right? And then for 1,000, it would be 10 times 10. That's 100. But you got to multiply 10 of these to get one of these thousands blocks. So that's 10 times 10 times 10, right? So 100 times 10 gives you 1,000. So that would be 10 to the third power because you're multiplying 1, 2, oh, it's off the screen just a tad. I see it there. There he is. 10 times 10 times 10, okay? Not too bad, right? Okay, so let's do a couple equations using powers of 10. And we could go up to 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which would be 10 to the 4th power. You could do 10 to the 5th power. You could do 10 to the 12th power. It can go as high as you need it to, all right? So let's do a couple equations with powers of 10. All right. So let's think about if we're going to use 3 times 10 to the 0 power, all right? So let's just convert that into this exponent and this power of 10 into a number. So that's just 3 times, and if you remember 10 to the 0 power is just 1. It's not 10 at all. So 3 times 1 equals 3, okay? And we could do the same thing with 3 times 10 to the first power, okay? 3 times 10 to the first power is just 3 times 10, one time, all right? And 3 times 10 is 30. So you see where the pattern's going here. We could even increase this to 3 times 10 to the 4th power, all right? So that would just be 3 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. And there's a trick with this, all right, with the math involved here. Basically, this is the number 10,000, all right? Sorry. So you've got 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, and 1 with 4 zeros is 10,000. It's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So that would equal a 3 with 4 zeros there. There's a pattern there. There's 1 0 and 10 to the first power. There's 0 zeros and 10 to the 0 power. So that makes sense that there would be 4 zeros and 10 to the 4th power. So 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. And that is the number 30,000. All right, so hopefully you're catching on to that pattern there. Just in case you see this on your Think Central today, you might see this in words. So you might see this as, let me erase this so that you have room. You might see, So let's say it's 5 times 10 to the third power. You might see in words, it's just 5. Oh, sorry. Let's just do 10 to the third power. You would see that it's called the third power of 10. Okay? So while I'm saying this is 10 to the third power, it can also be referred to as the third power of 10, meaning 10 times 10 times 10. Okay? So I did want to let you know that it can be seen that way too, or expressed that way in words. All right, go practice powers of 10. Work hard, do a good job. And there's the bell. Time to go home.